Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech and this is a camera review of the Moto E5 Plus. Now on the rear, this phone sports a single 12 megapixel camera with f2.2 aperture with laser assisted focus. On the front, it is a dedicated 5 megapixel camera with a selfie flash. Now this is how the camera interface looks like after we update the camera application from the Google Play Store. It has auto HDR for both the front and rear cameras, manual mode or the professional mode, whatever you want to call it, slow motion video recording for the front and rear cameras, and it even offers electronic image stabilization for rear camera video recording. But there is no portrait mode for the front or rear cameras. By the way, it might look as if this phone has a dual camera setup, but it has just a single camera on the right side and the laser assisted focus on the left side. Now these are the sample shots taken in daylight and well-lit conditions. All the pictures were taken with auto HDR mode. Capturing speeds are good even while taking HDR shots, so that was a little surprising. Dynamic range and exposure control was good. Colors are close to natural colors. They might be slightly saturated and warm, but they do look pleasing. It tends to overexpose a little, but the images look nice and bright. For regular pictures, this phone might have the best rear cameras in the price segment. It also has laser assisted focus to help you take better pictures. Now coming to low light performance, these are some pictures taken in low light indoor conditions. Camera bumps up the ISO, which makes the image look bright. Most of the time they look great, but sometimes colors look faded, and as you might expect, in low light images lack details and they look pretty soft. On the whole, even in low lighting conditions, it does a pretty good job. Now coming to the front facing camera, selfies are not very wide, but it's better than Redmi Note 5 or the Redmi 5. Selfies look a bit overexposed and you get a faded effect. Auto HDR or the HDR mode itself is not working properly. For example, this image was taken with auto HDR and this image was taken with HDR on. On the whole, it takes good selfies, but not the best. Now coming to low light performance, selfies are very soft and look a bit dull. Color reproduction is good, but the lack of sharpness makes the selfies look pretty bad, and you need very stable hands to take good pictures. Now coming to video recording, we can record video at a maximum of 1080p, and this phone offers electronic image stabilization. It is a little surprising to see electronic image stabilization for a phone in this price segment. Now coming to the footage looks a bit underexposed and dull when dynamic range is involved. And sometimes there is a lot of frame drops and the footage looks choppy when you're moving. On the whole, I must say it's pretty good considering it has electronic image stabilization. By the way, there is some kind of digital noise while recording video. You can hear it more clearly in the next video. So guys, this is the footage recorded using Moto E5 Plus using the rear camera in low lighting indoor conditions at 1080p resolution with stabilization on. By the way, that's Nora. Once again, there is some digital noise and I never had such an issue with any other phone. Besides that small issue, footage looks pretty decent. For some reason, stabilization doesn't seem to be working here. So guys, this is the footage recorded using the Moto E5 Plus using the front facing camera at 1080p resolution. That's the maximum resolution supported by the phone. So the audio is from the phone itself, so check out the noise cancellation and the stabilization as well. Once again, we can record video in 1080p resolution, but there is no stabilization, so the footage is pretty shaky. Now coming to the footage itself, it's a bit overexposed and colors are to the warmer side, but on the whole, it still looks pretty good. Now this is a sample footage recorded in low lighting conditions. So guys, this is the footage recorded using the front facing camera of the Moto E5 Plus in low lighting indoor conditions. So if you're going to do some video calling, then this is the footage you might expect. Obviously the quality won't be this good as this video is being recorded in 1080p resolution, but still it will be somewhere close, especially the lighting conditions and how the exposure is managed. It'll be pretty similar. Now I'm just gonna go to some low lighting conditions. Now I'm just gonna turn on the flash. That's the front facing flash. Now this is with the flash. Now this is without the flash. Even in low lighting conditions, footage is pretty good. Not the best, but pretty useful for stuff like video calling. So guys, to conclude, cameras on this phone are pretty good for regular pictures and regular selfies. They are not the best, but they do a pretty good job. So guys, looking at the sample pictures and the sample footage, what do you think about the camera performance of this phone? Do let me know by commenting below this video, and if you are planning to buy this phone, use the link in the description. It really helps the channel. If you want us to make any specific video, tweet out to us with the hashtag #GreedyTech on Twitter and we will try to make it as soon as possible. I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech signing off. Have a nice day.